Hello, everybody. My name is Nicholas Vandell. I'll be doing a TED Talk today on influence. The great thing about a TED Talk here virtually and through the computer is that you can only see from here. So what you don't know is I have no pants on. No, I'm just kidding. I actually do have pants on. But today we're going to do a virtual TED Talk here, and I'm going to introduce some topics here. We're going to cover Adam Grant's book, Give and Take. We're going to use some points from How to Build Your Network from Brian Uzi and Shannon Dunlap's article, and then also Harnessing the Science of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini. So I want to kind of introduce one of the ideas here is that, how do you reshape what defines success for you? Kind of think about that. We're going to look at give and take. So with give and take, Adam Grant offers three individuals: givers, takers, matchers. Givers are the individuals who ask, what can I do for you? They're the ones who receive that pie and they want to say, how can we get more pie? How can we make it so everyone gets a bigger slice? They are genuine. The interesting thing here is Adam Grant did a study in organization and medical school students is that majority of the individuals who were the lowest achieving were givers. But at the same point, the higher achieving individuals were givers. And so what's that difference? Well, simply the givers who were at the lower end of the spectrum there, they ran themselves dry. I mean, they were so concerned with others that they ran out of time to do their own job. They sacrificed themselves, made the organization better, but at the cost of their own self. And what's that key difference, though? Well, the highest achievers, they still looked out for others. They still helped others. They still were there for others. But they had some boundaries, and most importantly, they didn't sacrifice their own ambitions. So how do we promote the high achievement in givers? Well, we need to protect from burnout. Adam Rifkin, serial entrepreneur, extreme giver, has a perfect way of this, and it's called the 5-minute favor. And basically what that does is, besides doing a favor for anybody who asks, it's 5 minutes or less, is it helps protect the giver boundaries. And so it allows for the individual not to be overextended with that timeline. The other piece to promote high achievers in the form of givers is to encourage help seeking. It's okay to be one to ask for help, because that promotes that giving mentality and the giving environment. And then also we want to get the right people on the bus. We want to make sure the wrong people are off. Those wrong people are the takers. They want all the pie. They're the Kenneth Lays baking the books for Enron. They may rise quickly, but they're going to fall hard too. What goes around comes around, and usually the matchers are going to be the individuals to bring it around. And they're that tit for tat, eye for an eye. Most of us are matchers. We want to give and take, that ebb and flow. We want to create a balance. The interesting thing about matchers actually is that they conform appropriately to the norm. So if we, back to that filling the right individuals in the bus and removing the takers, if we primarily fill the organization with givers, matchers will follow. So let's look at how to build your network. Self-similarity principle is introduced by Brian Uzi and Shannon Dunlap. It's simply put that if your network consists of those shared values, often, commonalities, there's going to be a lot of agreeableness because of those viewpoints that are shared. It's going to limit the growth in that. There's proximity principle, which is those individuals who are in our network are often those people in our immediate area, like our department or our neighborhood. And the combination of these two principles create the echo chambers. It stunts the growth of our networks. So solution to that is the shared activities principle. And with that is adversity. If you look at Todd Redding's water skiing with a potential donor, they related in a place outside of the organization where they could remove that emphasis on where everyone seems to be a strategic interactor and shaping their own actions in order to alter others' perceptions. They were in a place where they could have shared failures and shared successes, and their authentic true selves could show. I relate to this with military. From day one, their heads shaved, doesn't matter where you come from. They face adversity, you see true colors. And it's survival, and that creates a network and a bond between people that if it wasn't that adversity, it wouldn't exist. We're going to look at harnessing science of persuasion, right? That's from Robert Cialdini. So he has 6 principles: liking, people like those who like them, right? Reciprocity, give what you want to receive. There's our matchers. Social proof, people follow those who are similar to them. Consistency, people need to feel committed to you. So for example, if they commit to something publicly, oftentimes they're going to follow through with that. And then authority, people will defer to experts. COVID-19, we're going to listen to someone who knows what they're talking about. Scarcity, people want to know more of what they have less of. So we want information is valuable. And if someone has that, hey, the window is closing on this, you should capitalize. That's a valuable piece of information. So with give and take, the goal in life really is be a giver. Think in the longer term, just be genuine, just simply be a good person. But with that, also make sure you keep yourself in mind. You don't want to lose sight of your own ambitions. And in terms of the solution to proximity and self-similarity principle, shared activities principle, think about, do you need some adversity in your network? Harnessing the science of persuasion in that liking principle, be careful not to fall into the self-similarity principle, because that similarity piece is a big piece of that liking principle. Remember, all these principles should be used in combination, compounding on one another. And then, most importantly, the rules of ethics do apply. So in terms of the giver, matcher, taker, I wanted to share my results. I had 80% giver, 13% matcher, 7% taker. Highly recommend. It's a fun assessment to look at there. And the last bit here, what about you? Are you primarily a giver? Are you a taker or are you a matcher? What does your network look like? Do you have that echo chamber? Do you have the proximity principle in it? Do you have your self-similarity? And do you need some adversity, maybe? Do you need that shared activities? And also, if you're attempting to win friends, are you being genuine or unethical, or are you being manipulative and deceitful? So make sure you check yourself in that regard. And the last thing I'm going to leave you with is the way in which you live your life and how you live your life. Think about it this way. Who's really going to be standing at your funeral when you're gone? And how do you define success? Thank you for your time. Have a good day.